Long-time viewers of the channel will know that for nearly a decade I've been using mostly a Topeak bike packing setup, and I've really enjoyed using it. It's been nearly perfect. A couple of issues I have had though is that the bags aren't inherently waterproof, not all of them anyway. From a front roll-up bag perspective, I found the Topeak front loader to be a little bit annoying in that there was always a harness strapped to my bike. I could take it off, but it was really faffy to get it on and off. So for most of the year, if I wasn't bike packing, I'd just have this harness flapping around on my bars. Secondly, the bag itself that goes into the harness wasn't that robust. I dropped it once, literally maybe a foot or more, and it landed on my through axle, which was a little bit pointy. And as a result, it went straight through the bag, ripped a hole in it, and ever since then, it's not been 100% waterproof. I've been on the lookout for a new front roll-up bag that is really tough, waterproof, easy to take on and off, and ideally will allow me to add accessories on or around it, like my Garmin or my GoPro mount, so it doesn't get obscured when I'm out riding. Cue the Tailfin Bar Bag. I'll run through the specs and some pros and cons in a second, but before I do, I want to start with the cons, because there's only two, but you need to be aware of them. Firstly, the weight. This is the large drop bar version, and this comes in at 817 grams, which is very heavy for a front bag. And the second is the cost. It's £250. There's no denying that is very, very expensive for a front roll-up bag. You can buy nearly 5 Topeak front loaders for the same amount. So does this bag have any benefits, any pros that make it worth the extra money? For full disclosure, I didn't pay for this bag. It was sent to me by Tailfin, but I'm under no obligation to say anything untrue about this bag. This is my honest feedback. Putting the price to one side for just a moment, let's look at some of the benefits of this bag. Now, it comes in 4 sizes, 2 for drop bars and 2 for flat bars. As you can see, I've got the drop bar version. I've gone for the large one. As you know, I like to carry lots of stuff on my bike packing films, so as a result I decided to go for the large one, just allowing me that extra space. Normally in my front roll-up setup I just put my sleeping equipment, and in here I've got my tent, my sleeping bag and my sleeping mat, and there's definitely room for much more than that. It's really robust and waterproof. You'll be really hard pressed to damage this in any way. So I'm willing to bet that this will last a lifetime for bike packing use. It's also very easy to take on and off. Once it is on, it is very sturdy. It doesn't wobble at all. It's got an anti-wobble bar that effectively gets hooked onto from both the bottom and on the top as normal. Most Tailfin bags have this quick release lever that allows it to be clamped on and taken off relatively easily, and this is no different. With this drop bar version, you roll up the bag and then it has these hooks and clips at the end that you then slot into place to secure it. In order for this whole system to work, Tailfin provide effectively a bar extender that sits on top of your handlebars and clamps onto the bag. So it doesn't clamp directly onto your bars like some front roll-up bags, but it clamps onto the bar extender, which clamps onto the bars. So it is very sturdy, and it will fit pretty much every bar you can think of. Now, it's because of this bar extender system, you're able to fit accessories to this without it getting obscured by the bag. One issue I found with one of my front roll-up bags is because it's a harness, it takes up quite a lot of real estate on the bar. It has to be strapped to the bar, and it really limits how much space you've got for your Garmin mount, your lights, and GoPro if you're wanting to use one. You don't have that issue with this system now. You can buy accessory adapters, which I've got. I've got a GoPro, Garmin, and this light adapter as well. So if I want to put a front light on there, I can, and it won't be obscured by the bag. One other feature that I really like is the fact that this has mesh pockets built into the front of the bag. It actually has 3. It has 2 that are open and 1 that's enclosed with a zipper, which is a great idea. You can just stuff your waterproof in there or some snacks, something that you want easily accessible, and you can take it in and out without having to store it in any of your other bags and use up valuable space. I really like that idea, and I don't quite know why other brands haven't done it yet. It just makes perfect sense to me to extend the storage space of your bag. So should you buy this bag? This is without a doubt the best front roll-up bag I've ever had. It's super tough, great design. I love the fact it's waterproof and it has these mesh pockets at the front, but the price is really what's making me hesitant to recommend it to people. It is just mega expensive. So my advice is this: if you're looking at getting a new bikepacking setup or upgrading the one you've already got, you really enjoy it, I would strongly consider this, because this is fantastic and it will last you a lifetime. If you're new to bike packing, or if you're on a budget though, there are definitely more sensible options out there, including the Topeak front loader. That is a really good front roll-up bag for the price, given that you can buy so many for the price of this. But if you're a serious bike packer, you're taking it more seriously, you're doing lots of trips every year, it might be worth considering this bag. If you have any questions about this bag, please feel free to stick them in the comments section. I'm sure I'm going to be getting some interesting comments on this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.